Let's see if we're working. Oh. It all looks like we're working to me. So, a little bit of a slow start morning. Yesterday was an early start morning where I was helping my husband get his motorcycle started at 5 a.m. Then we proceeded to do stuff with that basically all day. Which is not the end of the world. But man, it means that I was craving that sleeps today. I tell you what. So I woke up and I found this Godzilla animation that's like 15 minutes long, but it's fucking amazing, called Gigan's Big Move. 10 out of 10, so I had to watch that. And my husband made me some kind of oat goo. It's called like overnight oats or something, so I had to eat that, and now I'm here, so we're running a little bit behind. But, today I realized I haven't done a, painting and talk story episode in a while. But I haven't done that in a while, so with Warhammer Fest coming up, I figured it was probably a pretty good time to do something like that. Plus, I've got tons of this terrain to paint up, because I want to have it painted up for verrotwood. I got new dice for verrotwood, which is cool. Got some cool new D10s that are purple and gray. I was pretty happy with that. So I figured I'd just talk about hobby stuff and then talk about all the stuff that's coming up, which is pretty cool. So, my big boy that I posted up on Instagram, he is all done. There he is. It's the Pythagoras something from, I don't remember 100% what it's called. It's from Station Forge. They're amazing. Real talk, for $10, Station Forge gives you a trillion models every month. If there's one company you should support, first it's One Page Rules, and then it's Station Forge. They really are the best bang for your buck for STLs. This guy cost me in total probably just slightly under $20 for resin, and then the cost of the model. And he has other weapon options. So there's a shield, which is pretty cool, and I've got a Gatling gun, which is also pretty cool. And there's also a pike and sword arms and a laser gun and all kinds of other stuff that I didn't print, but there's just tons and tons and tons of it. And then because I wanted the arms to be able to swap out, I went ahead and I magnetized them, so the arms just lift out, and then these cables here are magnetized. This and this aren't part of the standard model, but I wanted a big tank since I'm going to be using the flamethrower, so the other arm does the same thing, just lifts out nice and easy. So he's really cool. I'm really happy with him. Let's see, it just clicks in. And then these just click, click. There you go. I'm super happy. I have no idea when I'll actually play a game with him. But man, this is a cool fucking model. Yep, I love him. He's a really, really, really cool model. So, hobby update on him. He's all good. The Sisters of the Holy Flavor, they're all painted up. This is all the sisters from the Imperium magazine. They're all painted up. I came up with this awesomely cool color scheme I was so happy with. I was like, yeah, this is great. It's going to look so fucking good. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. And then I saw this. And I was like, for real though, I now have Pringles sisters. I love Pringles, so it's fitting. But these are the Sisters of the Holy Barbecue. So, these ones are kind of neat because I got rid of the flight stands. Because flight stands are fucking terrible. So they're all jumping off rocks and stuff. But yeah, it's just all the Sisters from Imperium. They're pretty cool. I will be going back and probably redoing all of my sisters in this color because I actually really like it. As much as I make fun of the Sisters of the Holy Flavor. I actually really like the color. I think it's very fitting for sisters. And we got some of the Repentia there. They're pretty cool too. So these ladies need to be top coated, so they might be a little glossy from washes, but yeah, they're pretty cool too. Got them all done. And then yesterday we built this guy together, which is pretty cool. Built this neat little tank, magnetized the guy in the top. He's actually supposed to be the guy down here, but yeah, that's really cool. Lots of crazy detail in the little tank. So the Zimmerit on it, all the little stowage and stuff. Yeah, I'm a little worried about painting this because it is smaller than I thought it would be. But it was cool to build. So let's see what else. I am working on my Drukhari. So this is the colors they're going to be. They're going to be like this weird bright orange, kind of pinky orange, and then they're all going to have neon green hair, and then bluish gray clothes and stuff. So working on them. They got a long ways to go, but I wanted to do a test model or two for them to see if I liked it, because the other test model I did for them I actually didn't like. So wanted to do a different one for them. And then working on some more guys for verrotwood. So these are the something's hounds. They're the guys that want to be flesh hounds. They're like the cult that like worships flesh hounds. From the most recent warcry box. So I'm painting a couple of them up for verrotwood because I thought it would be fun to make a like really fighty army out of them. Thought that'd be really fun. Yeah, they're pretty cool. But working on them still. Working on them still. So they're pretty cool. And that's kind of all the hobby stuff I got going on right now, minus a metric ton of terrain. So I've got a whole bunch of these. I've got a couple more of these floating around. I've got these two little guys here. I've got one tree, two trees, three trees, a lady. So I've got 4 more trees to paint up. So it's pretty cool. So that's what we're going to work on today. And these trees are pretty dope. They're going to give me really nice terrain for verrotwood, right? Like that's the big reason I'm super excited for them. They're going to give me just really, really, really great terrain for verrotwood. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to run through and paint up all of the tan on them and try to do them a little bit production assembly style. And then it should be pretty good. Yeah, so it should be pretty good. But cool things that are happening. Next week is my birthday, which is exciting for no one but me. I'll be super honest. I always get super mega stressed about my birthday, and I don't know why, but I always do. So I have a very, very busy work week next week, so I'm probably going to be a fucking idiot bouncing off the walls. So apologies to my husband in advance, but yeah, I'm probably going to be a fucking idiot. So that's going to suck for him. I joke. I like, yeah. No, he's a sweetie. Just, man. I know, like, if I'm obsessive about something, it definitely, it sucks, right? Like, you don't want to do that, even though, like, sometimes you don't have any choice about it, But yeah, a joke, because I don't know, makes it make more sense, I guess, in my brain. But that'll be next week. Lots of crazy work on tomorrow, Wednesday, and all the days after. And then be another year older. And yeah. I don't really know what else to say about it. I don't know. I get weirdly anxious about my birthday, although like I also kind of look forward to it. It's dumb, I know. Let's see what that is. But yeah, I get weirdly anxious about it. But that'll be next week. And then, same time as my birthday is Warhammerfest, which I think a lot of people are super looking forward to this year because of 10th edition. I think a lot of people are really hyped for 10th edition, which is cool. I want people to be hyped. I am hyped for that launch box because I'm buying that in a fucking millisecond. Because those Tyranids look amazing. And Tyranids look so fucking good, man. I mean, okay, so that launch box won't be out till June. It's probably going to be $300, but I'm going to definitely pick it up. I don't super see myself playing lots of 40k. Because, like, every good thing they've announced, everything they've announced either is been, like, there's been a couple good changes, right? Like, the objective control change is good, right? But it's one of those things where it's, like, getting to a point it should have been years ago, right? Because 40k really has this problem. Sorry, I'm probably waving the camera with my belly a lot today. 40k really has this problem where they don't want to make core changes to the game, so they put in band-aids, and then they put in another band-aid, and they put in another band-aid, and then they end up with this giant fucking mass of band-aids instead of just, like, fixing the fucking problem. Case in point is, like, their activation system. Like, the way you activate your units, right? They added all this stuff that was like, oh, fight first, fight last, yada, 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 yada. You know, if you do this, you get this benefit, and it's just like, just put in a fucking modern activation system. Like, playing verrotwood last weekend, right? And using the magic murder bag. Like, that is, like, I'm sorry, nothing is better than the magic murder bag. Just flat out. Like, that activation system of putting a dice for each guy and then drawing one is the best activation system. Like, I'm not even going to pretend like the other ones can even compete with it, because it is so much fucking better than everything else. Like, so much better. Like, it is a mile ahead of literally every other activation system. Like, you know, like, I should be, like, not over here not yucking other people's yum, but no, fuck, your yum is wrong. Like, straight up, if you play Magic Murder Bag, you will have more fun. Everyone will. Like, I am like 100% sure of that. Like, it is inherently so much more fun. The randomness it creates. So let me explain Magic Murder Bag from last weekend. And this is a System 1-page rules it has, by the way. It's an optional rule. You take a dice, or a token of some kind, for every one of your units, and you put it into a bag. And then every turn, you draw a bag, you draw a dice in the bag, and whoever's dice it is gets to activate a unit. So it worked amazing in verrotwood, it works amazing in 1-page rules. I have yet to find a game where Magic Murder Bag is not just the correct answer. Right? Like, not Space Weirdos. What is the fucking, Space Station Zero, right? I played the living hell out of Space Station Zero last year. You know what? Would have been improved with Magic Murder Bag. 100%. Magic Murder Bag just would have made the game better. I really cannot think of a game that is not improved by Magic Murder Bag. But, I mean, To each their own, but yeah, the activation of 40k is a real downer for me. Also, the downer that the rolls aren't actually going to be free is a real downer. It really bugs me. Because for 10th edition, they're putting out these like free rolls, but they're free until. What I mean by that is your rolls are free until you get a codex. After you get a codex, your rules aren't free anymore. Yeah. It really puts a whole damper on that whole like free rules thing they were selling, right? You're not going to be able to get your unit rules anymore for free after the codex comes out. And they have indirectly said this. They have not officially said it, but it's how it's going to work. And if that's the case, it's really scuzzy. Like, really scuzzy. So it means people are going to buy the game thinking there's going to be free rules, and then they're going to stuck with an army that once they get their update, they can't play. And that's how it's going to work. Predicting it now. And that really doesn't sit well with me. From a, like, consumer-friendly standpoint. It really doesn't. So, because the activation system's changing, and because of that rules thing, I probably don't see myself playing lots of actual 40k. I see myself using 40k models in lots of other games, cough, one-page rules. But I don't see myself playing actual 40k. So I'm not super looking forward to Warhammer Fest, to be honest. Like, I think it's cool it's happening, but I'm not super looking forward to it. We will get to see the rest of the models from the launch box and find out when it is. Spoiler alert, it's mid-June. Like when it's coming out. Yeah, it's mid-June. But to be honest, I don't see them announcing like anything else super crazy at Warhammer Fest. We're going to get the last Warcry box announced, and then probably go and release like literally the day after Warhammer Fest. We're going to get that announced. We're probably going to get teases for the next Kill Team setting, because technically the last Kill Team box is out, so we'll probably get some stuff for that. And then that's probably about it, to be honest. I don't really see them announcing anything else big at the convention. Because it would kind of like, because people are saying they're going to announce Epic. I don't think that's true. It'd be cool if they did. I like that scale of game a lot. I like the little scale. It'd be really cool if they did, but I just don't see it happening. Because it would take away from the thunder of the 10th edition. Right? Like, yeah. Maybe we'll get a new Warhammer Quest game announced. We haven't had one of those in a while. But I don't see them announcing like something like Epic, or people are saying, oh, they're going to announce Old World because it's the anniversary or something. That's not happening. That's going to happen next year. They're going to do Old World next year. That's what I would assume. But, I mean, if they do, that'd be cool. I don't think it'll happen, but But, you know, it would be cool if it did, but I don't think it did. So I think we'll get the new Kill Team box. I think we'll get... see everything that's in the starter box for 40k. And I think we will get the next Warcry box. And then, like, bits and bobs, right? Like, we'll get some teams for Underworlds. We'll get... I don't know, maybe we'll have some troops announced for... or maybe a different faction announced for... What's it called? Horse Heresy. Maybe they'll announce, like, Imperial Guard or something for it. But we'll see. We'll see. Should be fun though. Like, I kind of probably sound like I'm poo-pooing it a little. I'm still looking forward to it, right? Especially getting to see the stuff in that launch box. Because while I'm not excited for 40k as a game, I am hella excited for the models. Man, those new Tyranid models look so boss. Like the ones they've shown off, like the Leapers and stuff. So good. The Gaunts are okay. I mean, they're Gaunts. You know, they need an update for sure. But I'm not like, I have to replace all my Gaunts. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'll get some of the new ones. I'll just mix them in. And they'll look nicer, but it'll be okay. You know? And honestly, a kit update that's kind of what I want out of it, right? Like, oh yeah, this is an update. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I can add these to my existing guys and they won't look terrible. And, you know, that's kind of exactly what I want out of a kit update, so it's pretty good. But I mean, definitely some stuff to look forward to. The new kill team setting. I mean, it's gonna have to be a new setting. I think it's gonna be maybe something that ties into Gallowdark. I don't know, because like the Gallowdark boxes are over, or like in theory they should be over, right? This should be like the end. The last one that got released should be the last Gallowdark box. So like in theory they should be over. So we should be getting like a whole new setting. I mean, there's definitely, like, they could do some cool settings. They could do, like... It'd actually be really cool if they did walls and stuff again, but for, like, other kinds of ships, and then they can tie together. Like, maybe they did walls for, like, orc ships. So you still have the wall setting, but... And it connects up to the existing walls, but, like, they're orc-based versus, you know, clearly Imperium ships. Or, like, maybe, like, Eldar ships or something. Or maybe, like, corrupted Chaos ships. I think there's some cool they could do there for sure. You know? So that'll be neat, you know? The last box that's coming out is... What are they? Squats versus Beastmen, which is a really fucking cool box. And the box before that was cool too, with the Judge Dredd guys and the what the hell are they called? And the Drukhari. I'm actually really looking forward to those Drukhari coming out separate. And really the Judge Dredd guys too, they're really good. So, I'll be looking forward to all those models coming out separate. I don't think I'll buy them in the box just because, like, I don't really want to play the roles and stuff. So, the box doesn't, like, really speak to me. You know what I mean? And I have a whole system of walls already printed. And they're all magnetized and everything, and it's really dope. And if I ever want more, I can just print more for, like, legitimately, like, they cost me, like, 50 cents a wall. So, like, not really motivated at the cost of the terrain in there, you know what I mean? Like, they'd have to give me, like, 100 walls to equal what I can print them for. And now they're not extremely cheap. The wall system is not extremely cheap to print. But like I said, I can do it for about 50 cents a wall. So, and they look just as good. And I can fully magnetize them so that they magnetize the metal plate here. So I'm not super like into the terrain, I guess, from the official kits, even though I love the concept of the terrain. There was a Star Wars set of that wall stuff that actually came out that I was like, fuck. Really, really debating picking up because it's really cool. It looks like an inside of like a capital ship or like one of those like cruisers from the Republic. It's really cool stuff. I should do a couple of these trees in a different color. So there's like a little more variation maybe. Nah, we'll keep them as the red. But yeah, like all those teams are all up great, and I'm looking forward to painting them all. But like, I don't really want to buy the box because buying the teams by itself, like, boxes are like 200. The teams are like 120. I don't really want the terrain out of them, so. But yeah, definitely looking forward to the guys at least. So we should get the new setting for Kill Team, which would be cool. You should get the last box for Warcry. And that's going to be more trees like this, which is pretty cool. I'm expecting more like ruins in that one, to be honest. Because the first box is just trees, the second box is like houses, and the third box was like walls. So I'm expecting some like, I don't know, more like rock ruins kind of things. So, and the teams in that one, I'm actually not super sure what we're going to get. So in the first one, we got the Horns of Hashut, which should have been Chaos Dwarfs and weren't, which is really annoying. Said they were just dudes. 100% they should have been fucking Chaos Dwarfs, though. We got the Chaos, it should have been Chaos Dwarfs, and then we got the Nurgle Plague guys. And then the second box, we had the Tzeentch Jade worshipping anti-statue guys who are all like carvers and stuff. But they're Tzeentch themed. And this box, we had vampires. Oh, and on the other side of that, we had little lizard men. I gotta paint those up. They sound cool. We had little lizard men. So So we have Little Lizardmen and the Jade guys who were Tzeentch. And then we have the guys that want to be Flesh Hounds in this most recent box. And vampires that are actually werewolves. Like elf vampires that are actually werewolves. Which is pretty cool. Both those teams are really great. The guys I showed off earlier with like the big chain weapons are actually from the Khorne team there. But yeah, so that's a Nurgle team, a Nurgle team, a Tzeentch team, and a Khorne team. So it means that we should probably get a Slaanesh team this time. I would expect to see a Slaanesh team in the Warcry box. What's on the other side of it, I'm not sure. If I was a betting man, I would assume it's Cities of Sigmar. That's what I would assume it would be. So I would assume we would get like some kind of Slaanesh team, and then we would get Cities of Sigmar on the other side. Because one of the things they're going to announce for AOS this time is probably lots of Cities of Sigmar stuff. During Warhammer Fest, that's what I would expect to be the big AOS announcement, is Cities of Sigmar. Because they teased some of it last time. So this time I'd expect them to be like, bleh, and like regurgitate up all the Cities of Sigmar. So if they were smart, the new Warcry box would be Cities of Sigmar and some kind of Slaanesh team. If it's not Cities of Sigmar, they have a really weird hard-on for Daughters of Cain, so maybe fighting Slaanesh, so maybe it would be like a Daughters of Cain team. Because it seems to be like one non-Chaos team and one Chaos team. Or like one non-God-aligned Chaos team and then one God-aligned Chaos team. Like the Horns of Hashut, you know, they're not like one of the core main gods. So I could see them, you know. And the second one was the Lizard Men, stuff like that. Don't be dead. I need you to not be dead. There we go. I know there's still some in there, I believe. So yeah, so it would be cool if it was Slaanesh and Cities. I think that would be a cool box. Have a box of like Witch Hunters, and then a box of like a box of like Slaanesh. And the Slaanesh will probably have some like dumb theme, like music or something. It'd be cool if it was like a gluttony one, and it was all about like just like eating people. That would be cool. So you'd have all these dudes that are like turning into like weird fat Wendigos from like just consuming people constantly. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. And on the other side, you'd have like Witch Hunters. Or you could do like Witch Hunters and then like some kind of like, I don't know, like Spring Hill Jack the Ripper kind of like Slaanesh warband. Like true like BDSM kind of violence thing. I think I have another one of these. I'm pretty sure I bought another one, but we're going to use up everything we can get out of this one. Alright. R.I.P. for the fallen soldier. You did well. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I would not be opposed to a Skaven warband, but I don't think we'll get it. Like Monks of the Great Horn Rat or something. One would be kind of really neat with a bunch of like crazy mystics in it. That'd be super cool. A Flesh Eater's Court warband would actually be really cool. One where maybe they're not like fully like turned into monsters yet, but they're like still kind of half dressed as knights. I think that would be super cool. But yeah, I think there's a lot of room for cool stuff they could do with the next box. And I imagine the train's going to be more like ruin space, because I'm guessing it's going to be right around the ship. Because this one's all about like a lizardman ship that's crashed in there. So I'm assuming it's going to be right around the ship. So I'd expect to see like more ruins and stuff. But yeah. So, cool stuff going to be announced at Warhammer World. Warhammer Fest. Looking forward to it. And honestly, any of the stuff they announced for Warcry, like this terrain is 100% spot on for like the feeling I want from verrotwood. So, anything they announce will be useful for that, most likely. Which is pretty cool. So other reasons, the game's actually motivating me to paint this terrain. That's why I started this, because so I kind of just had it sitting next to me, and I was like, yeah, I'll paint that. You know, I don't really need it right now, but honestly, I want to play more verrotwood, so I want to get some more terrain up and running for it. There we go. Another section of things. I think the idea of having a really dense like forest, like super dense, would be really cool for the game. Or maybe playing a game where you can't touch the ground. That would be kind of cool. Like the ground's been infested, or it's like become like monster death swamp or something. That would be pretty cool. The verrotwood like Instagram channel, which I'm assuming is run by the guy that writes it, hit me up, which is really nice. Super cool, and actually shared my video, which, I'm going to be super honest, was awesome as fuck. Just because, like, I don't know. That feels cool, you know what I mean? Like, let me see if I have another one of this color. Hold on. Ugh. Alright, poopy. I thought I had another khaki. I guess I don't. Alright, so we will move on to painting the trees. And I will have to get myself another keki next time I go to the hobby shop. Alright, well, we'll grab another one of those next time I go over. In the meantime, let's paint some trees. So yeah, I just think this idea of having this like super dense, like maybe like that's there, and this links to another tree, and then, you know, maybe that links like to that, and this links to something else, and just like making this really big like battlefield, I think, of terrain would be really cool. So, it's one of the reasons motivating me to paint this, because I want to play more verrotwood. I really enjoyed it last weekend, and it was crazy. The God, I might need to get another one of these. What is this? This is heavy red. Okay. It was crazy. The Instagram hit me up. Yeah, it was really cool. He told me there was a bunch of like standalone roles in the what are they called, in the expansions. I tried to go look at them last night, but Wargame Vault was down. That's where you get them all from. So I couldn't go look at them. Because that's what I was going to try to do today. Originally, I was going to try to play one of the what are they? One of the solo things for that. But yeah, I couldn't get over to Wargame Vault for whatever reason when I went over there. It kept giving me a bad gateway error, 502, which means that their site was down. Like, you know, it means the DNS is like kind of borked. Ugh. So maybe there was an error with their like hosting or something. But yeah, I couldn't get over there to check them out yesterday, so I didn't really want to like download it and play it like within like 10 minutes. You know, I wanted to be able to read it and stuff. At least give it a little bit, you know. Because last time I had just heard about verrotwood on Friday, and then I played it on Sunday. You know, but I had like Saturday to like make the teams and everything, you know. But yeah, it was really cool. The guy reached out, or the person. I don't know if it was actually the writer, but it was really cool. I just thought that was neat, you know. Because, you know, I've been doing the YouTubes for a while now, but YouTube's always been like, God, I literally might be out of this color too. YouTube has always been my like imaginary friend, right? Like technically I would like this to be a company, right? Like, oh, it technically is a company, but I would like it to like be able to be monetized. You know, I don't think I have enough subscribers to do that yet. I have enough watch hours. I don't think I have enough subscribers. You know, so that would be cool, right? Like if I could monetize it right, but like that looks actually kind of cool with the white on the top. That would actually look kind of cool. What was I even saying? I don't remember now. Oh yeah, I have enough. What's called? I think I have enough subscribers. So like I would like to be able to monetize things, right? But like, you know, like I'm like a little kind of nobody, right? And this YouTube channel largely works like kind of like a journal, really. You know what I mean? It's kind of like me, stream of consciousness, just sort of being me, talking about whatever bullshit I want to talk about. You know, very rarely do I like pre-think up topics and stuff. Like Like, you know, today I knew I wanted to talk about Warhammer Fest, but like I didn't know exactly what I wanted to say about Warhammer Fest, you know? You know, it's like, oh, I'll just get there and I'll start rambling and it'll be fun. You know? This YouTube channel has always been kind of like a mirror into me, because like, even when I'm having bad days, like physically or mental health free or whatever, right? Like, I still stream. I do that on purpose, you know? Oh! Like, I do that on purpose because I think that far too many people make content, and I think it makes people, like, I think it's bad for other people's mental health, right? Having this really, like, pre-described content that, like, you know, is, like, perfect down to the T and stuff, and the people are only perfect, and if they have a slight change in their voice, they're apologizing all the time, and it's like, dude, it's real life. You can calm down, like, you know? Like, this content shouldn't be that prescribed on these platforms. You know what I mean? Like, I know they make a lot of money, and like a lot of, like, the big YouTubers that look like it's just a dude in the chair actually have like a whole fucking production team and stuff behind them. You know, you're getting fake content even if it doesn't look like it, you know? So like, I like to make content that is like the exact opposite, right? Like, this is about me as you get, you know? And I think that's kind of neat. I mean, the YouTube algorithm doesn't think it's neat, but, you know, I think there is some point where you have to, like, stick by your content and be like, this is what I think I should be making, you know? And not, like, try to chase popularity or, you know, money and stuff. Because, you know, I would like to make some money off YouTube, right? The intent is to make this business, but, like, I would have to be midwinter minis to make enough money for me to quit my job, right? Like, I am like, full disclosure, I'm like a multi-year SME of something, right? Like, I'm, you know, doing pretty damn well. So, like, I would have to be, like, one of the most famous YouTubers for this to replace my main job. So it's probably always going to be, like, a side business, right? Like, a second hustle for me because of that. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's cool. That's exactly what I want it to be, right? Like, you know, I can just come here, talk some story, and paint some trees to look like meat, you know? But yeah, it was really cool. The verrotwood guy or person that runs Instagram hit me up. That's really cool. I was thinking a little bit about how some of the systems function in verrotwood, because I really like the dice mechanic in verrotwood. It's really fun and intuitive. But one of the things, how do I say this? Warhammer 40k is primarily a game you play before you play the game. What I mean by that is it's a game that occupies your headspace in, like, list building, purchasing, preparation, right? It's a lot more than the actual game itself. Warhammer 40k is almost like, I hesitate to use the term, but it's almost like masturbatory. Like, you kind of, like, you know, think about it, right, with this, like, list building and stuff, and, you know, it makes it really kind of interesting in that regard. People will say that list building is the game. That's incorrect, but or a dramatization because of the person they are. But I think it's very true that like that kind of list building is sort of like, it's captivating, right? Like I think it's really, really interesting to some degree, right? Sometimes it's really fun to like, you just get a list and you have to play it. Like me and my husband were playing Magic last night. We were playing Jumpstart, and that's really fun. You get a deck, and you get a deck. No, you get a deck, and you just have to play it, right? Like, you can't mess with it. You can't do anything. You have to play it, and it's more fun if you don't know what cards are in there, right? Like, because it's like, oh man, this time I discovered this combo or whatever, right? It's really fun. Jumpstart is great like that, right? Well, with 40K, a lot of the quote-unquote game happens before you actually play, right? It's in the list building and stuff. And that's cool. It's not like a bad thing. I'm saying that as a positive. And I wish that like, because there's this magic middle ground between these things, right? Between the steps in the in like a campaign and between games where you have to do enough stuff that it's interesting, but not so much stuff that it's oppressive, right? And different people will have different limits for that, right? Like, and have different like values that they want of that. So like 5 parsecs from home is oppressive to me. It's oppressive to play. Because of the like insane number of steps, right? Like it has so much stuff that happens before the game and after the game that it's too much. I'm like not interested in it. However, a game like One Page Rules, there's enough between the things that I can be interested in it, right? I can be like, oh, that's really, oh, I want this guy to have this gun and this and this and this and this and this and this. And I think verrotwood's pretty good for that. But I wouldn't mind, personally, if some of the systems were a little more granular. The big one I was thinking of was the way weapons work. Because weapons are tied to a stat by whether or not they're melee or ranged. It would be neat if the stat was actually tied to the weapon. So, for example, if you have a bow, it's ranged, right? So it's a dex weapon to see if you hit and do damage. If you tied the stat to the specific weapon, like if a bow was dex, that means you could also, for example, have a spear, which would now be strength, right? So you could have like a ranged strength user if you did that, which I think is kind of interesting. Because it's how hard the guy can chuck the damn thing, right? I think that's kind of neat. If weapons work that way, right? Like, because then you could have something like a pistol be like 6-inch dex because it's about shooting the other guy, or you could have like a throwing axe be 6-inch melee because it's about chucking it at the other guy, right? I think that would be kind of cool. I think it would open up the weapons and options and stuff to have a lot of variety. Because what I really like verrotwood, but if the team building was a little crunchier, I think it would be awesome. Because it's really damn good right now. Like, the abilities and stuff are really, really good. Because there's like a ton of them, right? Like, you can have your guys take on all these different monstrous forms and get all these different buffs. They can summon creatures. Like, there's all kinds of crazy shit they can do. But they'll generally only get to do a couple of those abilities in the round, in the game. So if there's a little more granularity on like actual equipment, that would be kind of cool. Like maybe I could give my guys like a fetish or something, and then every turn they would like generate a point or two of prayer, right? Because you know they're carrying on this like head on a stick or something, right? Like, or you know, maybe they could have like makeshift grenades, or like throwing knives, or like I said, hatchets, or you know, something like a whip, right? Like I think that kind of variety would be really neat to see, and I think it would add a lot to. I think it would add a lot to roster building. Because the roster building is pretty fun, especially when picking the abilities. Really, like, picking stuff that's themed for each faction, I think is really cool. But it would be neat to have... It would be cool to have, like, more equipment options, right? Like, maybe my witch hunters have the ability to carry a torch. Because they bought a torch. And they can hit something with a torch, but it does, like, 1 damage. And, it has a chance to set things on fire. Right? But unlike oil, where it's a single-use item, you basically have to rebuy it every turn, or every campaign. Every time you use it, rather. And you have to rebuy it. Maybe something like a torch is just permanent, right? But it does like jack shit for damage, you know? I think that would be kind of cool to see. Just kind of like more variety in equipment. And I think they could do that with like a with an expansion book pretty easily, to be honest. Just call one like advanced the equipment trader or something, right? Like, and be like, more equipment has come to the verrotwood, you know. And you could add in all this like weird wacky shit. So yeah, if they tied stat to a weapon, and then they would be able to add just tons of weapons and also just have like variety. I think that'd be kind of cool. There we go. Pretty darn sweet. Alright, let's use up the rest of this red. I don't think this bottle has a lot left in it, so we'll try to use it up. Don't want to waste it. I'll have to go buy a new bottle. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cool, having like a trader or something, and it just it changes how the equipment works for your warband. I think that would be kind of cool. I'm also a big fan of those kind of like expansion rule sets. Like 1-page rules has a metric ton of them, where the rules expand kind of on the core game. So like if you play the base 1-page rules like free rules, you only get like the standard game. But if you give them the like $4 and you get the expanded rulebook, they give you a bunch of other stuff. it changes how the core game works. I think something like that for verrotwood would be neat. Now I should look at, well, let me rephrase that. I tried to look at the optional roles, but War Game Vault was down, so I should look at that later today and see what's there. Maybe there already is an equipment one. And I'm just saying what already exists. But if not, it'd be a cool addition. I would like to see that. But I am actually out of red and khaki, so I'm gonna have to call it, I think. Plus, I think we just hit the 1 hour mark. Oh, so I will go ahead and call it and go find myself some lunch. But we got some headway made on these suckers, which is pretty dope. So yeah, so next time I play verrotwood, I hope I can have like a really cool big full table filled with all kinds of crazy shit. Just have like crazy woods. And just to show them off, because I didn't actually show them off what they're going to look like at the end. They end up looking like this. That's the end result. Sorry. They end up looking like this. That's the end result. You can see all the fingers and stuff are all bent up. I did that with a heat gun, just because I think it makes the trees look cooler. It also means they really get stuck in my fucking beard now, but I think it makes them look cooler. Yeah. It also means I could put like little foliage on there if I wanted. If I wanted to mix a little bit of green in, it might be kind of neat. But I think we'll leave them as spooky dead meat trees right now. But yeah. Yeah. So that's where I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call it. Thank you guys for watching. Listening to me talk story about games and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching. And